Hello, a very good morning, friends. Today we will be going to discuss about the previous topic of regarding the job mania, the disease of this job mania, which we have discussed in the previous video. That about that what kind of consequences or what kind of the harmful disadvantages are caused by the process of this job mania or the social conditioning of the society. That if we just keep on going, if we keep going to continue to follow the social rules or structures, then what harmful effects will be harmful effects will be caused to the society or the citizens or the people of the society. So again, in this video we will be going to discuss about the same topic, and we will be also going to add few more points about the uh, social conditioning or the this of this disease of this job mania, that how this job mania actually affects our uh, spiritual and personal privacy of our lives. So regarding this we will be going to discuss in this video, and this video will be going to be interesting, and so kindly I request all the viewers to stay connected or stay tuned to watch this full video till the end of this video. So in the social conditioning or the upbringing of our society, that how we are actually brought up in our families, and how our goals or our achievements or what kind of dreams are fixed or feeded inside our minds. So these all things actually we keep on thinking or believing that these all desires or the dreams which we see in our lives are actually our own dreams, but actually those dreams or those desires are not our dreams at all, not our dreams or not our desires at all. Those all desires or those all dreams are just coming from the side of the society, from the side of our from the people who are situated in the higher positions. So they are just supplying these all dreams and these all kinds of desires to the ordinary people, and just driving the society in a negative loop of the job mania or the this kind of suffocating or a irritating process of the of this kind of sick mindset of just that thinking that job is only everything, or just doing work is only everything. So this kind of mindset is actually given to the society. So society is just trained in such a way by the higher people or higher authorities, so that they remain conditioned in that kind of atmosphere, and they should never be able to think beyond this kind of loop, negative loop, or a just a, uh, just a chain, a repeated chain of this job mania, that actually starting from home, going to some place, doing the work, and again returning back to the home, and again waking up in the morning, and again going to the place. So repeatedly continuing the same process, just to feed the belly, just to feed the families, and just to raise the children, or just to raise the more and more population. So just to keep on continuing this process is only the main goal or the main motive of the people who are actually situated in the higher authorities or higher communities, and they are just supplying these dreams or this kind of goals or ambitions to the society, the people of the society, and society is just continuing to flow in that flow of the or in the flow of the repeated chain or cycle of this job mania or the structure of the social conditioning. So in this video we will be going to speak about the two more topics of the social conditioning, that are actually the those 2 points are actually the social privacy and the spiritual privacy of each and every citizen or people. That every person in the society actually have the spiritual and have the spiritual rights, have the personal rights to act according to his own whims, to take some time and to do or inquiry something beyond or something more creative in his life. So this kind of privacy or this kind of rights in our lives are actually, we find that this kind of rights or this kind of uh, personal space is actually absent in our lives. We see that the maximum time of our lives, that we almost every person have 24 hours in his in one day, and inside the 24 hours, maximum 14 to 10 to 14 hours just every person is spending after the after his job only. So when the job sector is consuming or devouring the whole time and the whole space of your personal life, then where will the person have his personal time or space to think something beyond or something creative in his life? So like this, the society or social conditioning kills or hijacks our personal space, personal time, and our personal beliefs or personal motives, personal dreams, personal goals, everything. So whatever we think or whatever we uh, desire from the core of our heart, so the society the uh, falls inimical, or it just falls as the as an uh, falls as a killer in all that, all those desires or all those goals regarding in the process of fulfilling. When we go to fulfill our own desires or our own goals, then we can see that uh, that deep or uh, that dark impact of the social conditioning, that how badly the social conditioning is made in the society, that we cannot go even one step against the society, and we can be able in the process of in the process to undergo to fulfill our own desires or whether our own goals or ambitions. So regarding the own goals or the own benefit of each and every citizen of the country, the society falls as the enemy only. So society is never the well wisher of any citizen or any person, and therefore we are just falling as the victim of this kind of social conditioning, and we cannot benefit our own lives. And we in order, when we are unable to benefit our own selves, or when we are when we become harmful to our own selves, then unfortunately we become harmful to the whole society, and we just fall victim of the anger, we fall victim of the toxins, we start consuming all the unnecessary, we become the uh, we become the victims of all kinds of unnecessary addictions and all kinds of unnecessary uh, bad habits in our lives, just in order or just in the process of this negative loop or in this negative chain of this social conditioning. So therefore this is the way or this is the order how the society actually kills our personal privacy, our spiritual privacy. So the most important thing is to actually satisfy our spirit soul, and when we don't have the time or when we don't get the time or space in our lives to clear our spiritual queries for which we actually took this human birth. So when the human birth also becomes same, parallelly same in the level of the animals, so when we become equally same in the uh, when we become parallelly equal to the animals to the animal species only, so how can be there difference between the animals and humans? So our lives are also becoming that the in the same order or in the same way that how the animals used to live. So we can see animals wake up, they do the work, they eat, they sleep, they fight, they procreate, and they die. So we are, our lives are also going in the same order, in the same chain, that we are also waking up, we are doing the work. For what purpose we are doing the work? To fulfill our own desires, to fulfill our own wish. And we are not going to, or we are not at all checking that what is the condition of our spirit soul, what is the, that what is happening to our spiritual needs of our lives. So what is happening to our spiritual needs, where our spiritual needs are going, or where our how our physical conditioning is going, in which direction our physical conditioning is going. Because it is also said in uh, it is also said in the uh, in Bhagavatam, that to the body, to the vehicle of this body, spirit soul is like the driver. So when driver feels hungry, and if we go take the vehicle to the petrol bunk, and if we feed the petrol, or if we feed petrol to the vehicle, and if we ask to the driver that uh, does your hunger got satisfied. So when driver feels hungry, at that time if we go take the vehicle to this petrol bunk, and if we feed the petrol to the vehicle, and if we think that the driver's hunger is hunger is the hunger is satisfied, then how it can be something sane. So in the same way, to the vehicle of the physical body, spirit soul is like the driver, uh, or the rider. So it can be also compared to the chariot. So the Lord Krishna compares that this body is like a chariot, and the rider is the spirit soul. So the five senses of the body are like the chains to hold the horses of the five types of uh, physical sense organs. So to regarding the eyes, nose, or all the five physical sense organs. So we, when how can we have the power if we don't give the food, or we don't supply the proper food to the rider of the spirit soul? So the one who is sitting inside the body, the physical body, the spirit soul inside our heart, so to that spirit soul we have to regularly supply the uh, adequate quantity of food. That is the uh, that is that what is the food for the spirit soul, that also we have to know. So what is the food for the spirit soul? The food for the spirit soul is listening to the listening to the preachings of the God, or listening to the preachings about the Bhagavatam, about the spiritual knowledge, about uh, to fulfill or to answer the queries which are rising inside our hearts regarding the spirituality. So to do the inquiry, to seek the spiritual association, to contact with the devotees, to talk with the spiritual master, to do the uh, to see the uh, form of the Supreme Lord, to go to worship the Supreme Lord, to stare or to see uh, the form of the Supreme Lord through our eyes, to feed our eyes with the image of the Supreme Lord, to feed our ears with the preachings of the Supreme Lord, to to uh, to wet our hearts with the devotion of the Supreme Lord, to contemplate our minds, or to fix our minds upon the contemplation of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So like this we have to engage our each and every physical activities, or our all sense organs in the service of the Supreme Lord. Then we will our soul, our spirit soul will get satisfaction in the process of the devotional service of the Supreme Lord. Because the Chaitanya Charitamrita says that Jivera Swarupa Hoi Krishnera Nityadas. So the eternal identity of the spirit soul is to serve the Supreme Lord Krishna. So when we are disconnected from the service of the Supreme Lord, or when if we are not getting the time to satisfy the spirit soul in the, or when we are, or if we are not getting the time to engage in the spiritual activities, then definitely our spiritual needs will remain empty or unsatisfied. And when our spirit soul remain unsatisfied, then definitely our physical hankering will become more and more deep and more dangerous, and then definitely we lose the control over our over our physical senses, and we just start committing all kinds of sins, and we, in the process of fulfilling or satisfying the physical senses through the modes of material means, or in the modes of in the satisfying our senses through the by giving them the sense objects, by uh, by enjoying the sensual objects. So we think our mind maximum thinks that if we keep satisfying our physical sense organs by giving them the sensual objects, then definitely we will fail, because when our spirit soul is not satisfied, no matter how much sense organs, how much sensual pleasures we give, we try to satisfy our physical senses, it will still remain the we still remain unsuccessful only, because we cannot satisfy the physical sense organs without satisfying the spirit soul. So the first and foremost need is to satisfy the spirit soul in the process of the devotional service. And then so that only the problem, so this is the only problem occurring. Main thing is we are not getting that time or space in our lives, in our personal lives, to seek the spiritual association, to engage in the devotional service, and to satisfy our spirit soul in order to live a peaceful and happy life. So what is happening is the crime rates are increasing in the society, the sinful activities are increasing, the newspaper is totally filling up with bloodshed. Everywhere there is some murders, they're killing, people are killing each other. So these all things are happening just because people are living a very sick, dry and unsatisfied lives. So when people are living the unsatisfied lives, then definitely the whole humanity is falling in danger. Our whole humanity is falling in danger just in the process of this sick mindset of the social conditioning, that our society is actually conditioned in such a way that it is thinking just to do the work is only the highest goal of the life. What kind of work, whether it is positive work or negative work, whether it is benefiting or it is harming the society. So the people of the society is not thinking any of these things, and they are just keeping on continuing to do all the works, and they are drowning in the ocean of these sufferings. So therefore we have to take some time to inquiry and to go against this kind of the social conditionings, this kind of rules which are made or imposed in our society to hack or to kill our spiritual rights, our social rights, to enjoy our lives according to our own freedom or free will of each and every person. So therefore my humble request is to seek the spiritual association. However, take some time, think upon all these kinds of things which are actually happening around us, that what is actually happening around us, we have to just be aware and see that. Then only we can realize that there is nothing good happening in our society, everything wrong, everywhere there is something, everywhere conspiracies are going. So therefore we have to realize this by making ourselves aware, and then there will be chances or possibilities to someday we can heal our life, heal our social structure, our social conditioning, and live a peaceful and happy lives. Thank you.